Stay a while and listen.
Welcome to the AOP podcast, which if you're telling people about, they still got to search for Agony of Positivity. We didn't remake everything. So just heads up on that.
Yes.
If people can't find it. But you should really just be going into their phone and searching for it and subscribing them when they are not looking.
Yes, that's how you would do it.
I'm Ross, and I will be sitting on the left side of your shoulder for this episode.
And I am Saul.
He can also sit on the left side and give you bad ideas.
Yes.
And then nuns will come and rap you and make you right-handed. And then your son will be very confused because you throw a baseball with your left hand, but everything else you do right-handed.
Is this a personal encounter that you had with nuns?
My actual father, he does certain things right-handed.
Yeah.
And then other things he does left-handed.
Okay.
Because in school, they did not want you to be left-handed.
Really?
But so my brother, this is a fun story that has no point anywhere, but so my brother had a hard time learning to tie his shoes growing up, supposedly.
Yeah.
Now, I wasn't there. I wasn't born yet. But everyone was showing him, and he could never learn it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my dad came into the picture, and he showed him how to tie the shoes one or two times, and he picked it up. And it's because he was actually left-handed, so the way he would tie the shoes would be the way a left-handed person would. So It made sense to my brother, and then he was able to tie his shoes. Whether that's true, I do not know. I don't know why my family would make that story up.
Yeah, I think we talked about this once before, because I remember in elementary school, because I remember writing with my left hand, and they told me that it was wrong, that I need to learn how to write with my right hand.
I feel like it is probably easier because you're in front of the word as opposed to behind it, smearing it with ink or whatever. Mm-hmm. But trying to make someone do something opposite-handed seems silly. Now, my parents and everything said, no, they didn't do that. I remember them telling me it is wrong to write left-handed. Could have had an older teacher.
Yeah.
So other than that story, have you done anything for the week?
Well, I texted you last night.
Yes.
So the banana pepper guy.
Yeah, so real quick rundown on this one. There's an old episode, and I can't imagine that we didn't title it Banana Pepper Guy. When I delivered pizza, maybe one day we'll recreate the whole scenario. But basically, the end is the guy, I have a flip phone cell phone back in those days. He is standing about an inch or two, like a drill sergeant away from me, screaming banana peppers in my face because there were a lack of banana peppers on his hoagie.
Yeah.
So that's the gist of it.
Well, so I was at White Castle's, and
wait, is it White Castle or White Castles?
How did I say it?
You said it with an S on the end.
I think it's White Castle.
I really don't know.
It's White Castle. Okay. It's not Castle.
I mean, you're willing to buy. No, I don't think anyone. Well, didn't you work for them once?
I did. Yeah, I did.
Did anyone ever come in and just order one White Castle?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Like super old people?
Yeah.
Okay.
Older people would come in by one White Castle.
And a coffee?
And a coffee, yeah.
White Castle coffee?
And they would complain about it. I remember when this...
15 cents?
Yeah, I was like, well...
Is it sad that I remember a special that they ran where, on the bottom of the carton...
Yeah.
It had, some way, if you bought them for normal price, you could get them for 15 cents the next time.
Oh, okay.
So, anyway.
In any case.
So you go into the White Castle.
I was in the White Castle, and the guy in front of me was ordering, and right off the bat, he was already in a mood, it seemed like, because the cashier, she's like, hello, sir, can I take your order? And he's like, yeah.
Which is exactly what you want to hear as a customer service person.
Yeah.
Is to know that they're already looking.
And he's like, yeah, I want 2 double cheeseburgers, extra pickle, a fry, and I think a drink. And he's like, now, I want the extra pickles on my hamburger, and then I want extra pickles in a cup. And
Okay.
and the lady's like, okay, yeah, that's fine. We can do that.
So, just in case someone doesn't know,
Yeah.
who doesn't live near like a White Castle or a Crystal, or
Yeah.
haven't seen those, the size of one of those is, I have like an iPhone 8 or the Plus or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If you cut that phone in half, that's about the size of one White Castle.
Yeah.
So that many pickles
Yeah. So
is a lot.
So the lady comes, so they make his food, come back over, hand him his food. And I see the lady, she actually gets like a small coffee cup, and grabs like a handful of pickles and puts it in the coffee cup.
So that's a lot. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
like a
I mean-
little souffle cup.
Yeah. So it's a lot of pickles. Puts the lid on, gives them. And he's like, excuse me, ma'am. I said I want extra pickles. And she looks at him bewildered, like, what the?
You're like, how many more pickles do you want?
He's like, I can't believe the greediness of you restaurants. Now, I said extra pickles, and I want extra pickles. And the lady's like, well, sir, I already gave you a cupful. Well, that didn't happen. I mean, at this point, he's kind of screaming at her. The whole
You said it didn't happen?
He's like, well, no, he's like, that didn't happen last time I came here. He's like, the person gave me 2 cups of pickles. And he's like, you guys only gave me 1. I mean, and he's like screaming at this point.
That's now, I don't want to defend the restaurant that makes lots of money, but that's a lot of pickles.
Well, hey, I see the
Like,
man.
that's many orders of pickles that they're just basically like, here, just go away.
So this guy is like just badgering this 17-year-old girl, and at this
He really
point,
doesn't care.
I see the manager in the background going up grabbing another thing, grabbing a coffee cup, throwing pickles in there. He's like, here you go, and the guy's like, and just grabs it and just walks away.
I like that he was disgusted
Yeah.
over. Do you know how many White Castles he ordered?
It was two double cheeseburgers from what I
Okay.
heard. Yeah.
I think you said that at the beginning, but
Yeah.
I was waiting for the pickle.
Yeah.
Sorry. That is more pickles than you would ever need
What?
for those.
I'm just picturing the guy sitting out of his car just
eating
angry,
pickles.
angry eating. Like, every time I have to get these pickles.
So, like, I've worked at more restaurants than I would care to mention, but I've worked at a McDonald's, I've worked at an Arby's, like, when I was younger, dozens of pizza places, well, not really dozens, but it feels like it, dozens of years at pizza places, things like that. And the stuff that people get mad about food is
weird.
crazy. Now, I will get mad at a sit-down restaurant due to poor service, but I don't usually just yell at people.
Yeah.
And, like, I'll usually still tip, but it's more like I'm just frustrated that the server could have told me what was going on. And it's like, oh, it's going to be a while because the kitchen is short-staffed. Okay,
Yeah.
that changes everything.
Nah.
Fine, I know what to expect.
Now, I remember that one time at Arby's where
They disappeared and didn't take my order. And then
Well-
they came back and gave you and the other guy your orders, and then proceeded to still not take my order.
yes.
I feel that was
Now, you was rightfully. I mean, I would have been mad too, but then, because it's funny when the lady was trying to wait on you at this point, whether she realized what she did was wrong or she just wasn't paying attention. You just you got to the point where you just like, no, I'm not going to let you take my order at all, and just totally like just ignored it. Like, no, I don't want my order.
you guys were all like pretty traumatic. You guys were almost done eating.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like it was 2 minutes that I was standing there.
Sure.
It was, you guys ordered, got your drinks, got your food, and if anyone's been to Arby's before they've started like really moving, not a fast place. They got your guys the food. You guys are more than halfway done with your food.
Sure.
I think the other guy with us at the time had actually gotten a refill on his drink, and then they finally deemed it necessary to take my order.
Yeah.
And it was obvious that we were together,
Sure.
like
yeah.
that whole time. Like, that seems just insane to me.
Yeah. Like I
But
said,
at
I'm
no
not.
point, at no point though, was I screaming at them.
That's
I
true.
was definitely,
It is true. You wasn't
I was
like-
definitely. I let them know that I was displeased,
You weren't like slamming your
but I
fist
wasn't
down.
screaming roast beef, roast beef, roast
Yeah.
beef for free.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing. The guy's like slamming his hands down on the countertop. I want my pickles. I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, like, I never yell. Like, I will definitely be unhappy. Like, I have some expectation having done service where it's like, just tell me what's going on, and that eliminates 90% of the reason that I would ever be unhappy.
Sure.
Or apologize. That's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't usually yell at the people. Now I do get irritated when I ask for ketchup, and they go like they take the big hand motion and then grab like 2 ketchup out for a large fry, and it's like, come on, like. And I know that from having done it, I know that they're like, watch giving people too much ketchup, and then you'll have the people who clearly don't care. And they're just like, they grab the little plastic tray and they just start shaking it into the bag for you. Like, I got a whole box back here if you want some more.
I've done that before.
So, so pickle guy is probably banana pepper guy.
Or his brother or something. It was just weird. So.
Okay. I have nothing that really compares to that.
Yes.
That I can talk about at least with appropriate language.
Yeah.
So, all right. So this week, I was thinking, because I found a new game this morning, and have been playing it more than I would care to admit, that we talk. How much gaming have you done this week, I guess?
I played Conan Exiles.
I saw you told me about that, and you told me the server, if we can find it, if it still exists.
It does. As of last night, it still exists.
All right.
Yeah. So I made us a little compound, so whenever we ever get it going.
All right. So then we're going to do games first.
Get over here! Time's up. Let's do this.
So
yeah, and for any longtime listener, the amount of times that Conan Exiles comes up as a game that we've played, that we've hated and loved, that thing is worse than Ross and Rachel on Friends. As far as the back and forth of that up and down dynamic. Yeah. Because that can be the most enjoyable game to the most stupid game. But I have fought through, like, anyone who's heard this, I do apologize. But I've had, like, my body with, like, high-end gear that you had to, like, actually put some effort into to make. Yeah. I'd die, and all of a sudden the body would teleport straight above me. To where you couldn't actually build anything. Like, it was an area you couldn't build to get to your body. And I tried for, like, hours to get it. Even though I should have been mad and just quit. Yeah. Somehow I liked the game enough and found the bug endearing enough in a sick kind of way to keep playing it.
Well, and I thought when we get to the point of maybe playing it again, I thought we would just go and do try to beat it, and just be done with it. Because have you heard they're getting bought out? Funcom is getting bought out
Okay, so I'm about to be critical of Funcom.
Yeah.
Now, are they going to buy them out like 80% and then just leave the other 20% to sit and then go buy another company instead?
I forget the company's name because of the T. But they own a majority of the shares anyway, and I think they're just going to do the official buyout of Funcom. So they are going to own all of Funcom stuff. So maybe they'll...
And then they'll just move on to other companies to buy and leave Fun. Basically, I'm saying that sometimes Funcom kind of just stops.
Yeah. But surprisingly, Funcom keeps making...
stuff for Conan?
Yeah, so... Because I think it's...
making some money on it.
Because I guess it's their most popular game, I guess.
Well... As long as they stopped having, like, not marketing, but, like, the accountant do their live stream for the tech demo. Yeah. That's a slight exaggeration, but it was pretty funny. But, man, we played that game a lot.
We did.
I enjoyed, like, bugs aside, I really enjoyed it.
It's a fun game.
So, a game I was showing you this morning, or right before we started that I've been playing, it is Butter Royale, and it is on Apple Arcade, like the mobile phones. And it is, I downloaded it because, like, I look for the Apple Arcade stuff all the time because I pay, like, whatever the $5 it is to have it. Okay. Like, Grindstone is, like, that puzzle game. I think I showed you some of that. It's got an awful lot of people like that. It's something that I actually, like, 100%ed. And just super fun game. So the $5, like, I got $5 worth out of that game easy. Okay. I played there's the weird golf game. Played that. I've downloaded some of the other stuff, but it hasn't really gotten me as well. But Butter Royale is basically kind of like if anyone's played Brawl Stars, where it has that top-down view for like the mobile style game, it's essentially that, or like the isometric, I guess you could call it. But it's Battle Royale style, and it's bigger. So you have a map, and instead of like it has a lot of the Fortnite mechanics to it as far as unlocking, as you saw like from the thing, and you just pick an area to drop as opposed to like the whole bus thing. So they eliminate all the need for that stuff, and then you're just running around. But you can do the same thing. You can unlock different skins to play as different character types. I assume that there is no difference between one character to the next as far as speed or any of that stuff. It's probably just a cosmetic skin. The weapons are kind of interesting. People just disappear. I assume that you're not killing them because it looks more fun, I guess. I do like, so we're on the website for it. It's butterco.net, butterco.net, and the weapons are actually called NOMs, which are nutritionally operated machines.
Okay.
And they have the Breadzuka, where you're firing baguettes. There is the sausage repeater, which is your machine gun or Gatling style gun. Hold on. The Relisher, which is like the starter weapon where it's just like shooting ketchup. The Mayonnator 3000, which is my favorite, which is kind of like a spread type weapon. I always think of Contra. You got the Sniparmesan or Sniperjan.
No.
Where it looks like it's the Cheese Whiz can. Like you do chicken and biscuits, which is fantastic. They have the Gumball one, which you saw where I was playing through and showing you. So they are meticulously tested. I'm just looking at the website. Like some of the stuff I hadn't actually looked at.
Yeah.
But I do like they have up in the left cutting edge culinary combat. And it has like the high tech like web thing. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to say where it's like the 3D cube and it's got like the web points that connect to each other. That's just overly high tech for what this thing is. So again, if you have the Apple Arcade, you don't have to pay anything for it. So I spent probably 2 hours this morning when I should have been getting ready or doing anything else.
Yeah.
It tore me away from Hearthstone's Battleground for a little while, which had an update.
Yeah.
But now I'm not going to say that you're going to play this game and be like, I'm never going to play Fortnite or PUBG or any of those things.
Yeah.
But as far as like the iPhone goes, this is the one that I found. Oh, they use Coke, they use soda as the propellant, I assume. Mm-hmm. Is that probably what that looks like?
I assume that's what they're getting at, yes.
Maybe there's a description. Sorry, I've really been... I don't know. It looks like it's a 2-liter shoved in there. So, and it's got like the red and white like a Coke stripe. So
yes.
that's very clever, Timmy. I wonder if there's Mentos as objective and that's what shoots the baguette. But yeah, so you're probably not going to replace like your primary Battle Royale style game. But from what I've played on the phone, this is probably one of my favorite ones in the short time that I've played it.
Okay.
The controls seem pretty good. It took me, I didn't realize this, if you do download and try this game, if you hold the shoot button, you'll auto fire. Like you don't have to keep swiping to do it. Mm-hmm. So I was doing that initially and I was having a hard time. And it gives you the AI mode, so if you're somewhere that's offline and you're just trying to kill some time, you can still play it. So, which there's not a lot of games that have the offline mode. Now you're not
that's true.
You're not going to get points towards unlocking very much doing the AI, but there you go. And then much like Fortnite, it has your season pass kind of thing where you gain cookies based on position and kills, where you can unlock different things throughout it. They have, when you're walking, they have like the footprints that show up, and you can get different footprints that show up, like ice cream or sparkly things like that. Anytime you kill somebody, you get a flag to plant, so they get different versions of those. I think your starter weapon is like a melee baguette, but you can get different things for that. If someone runs up and starts hitting you with that, it does an awful lot of damage, so don't let them do that. And then there's one other thing that you get, but I can't remember what it is now. We're going to look at it real fast. So what is because you watched a video as well.
Yeah.
What is your impression? If you had an Apple phone.
If I had an Apple phone, sure. I might. So here's the thing. So
these aren't the kind of games that you like.
I don't like phone games. The main reason is because I don't have a job
where you have any downtime.
Yeah.
See the butter's tongue, it moves because it's screeching.
Yes. This game, I don't know. I mean, it's all right. I mean, it's just not my cup of tea. I just don't like phone games. I guess I can't get into them.
Well, I don't have a problem with phone games. So it's the flags, the baguette, or your starter weapon, your footprints, and then your different skins. So, like, you start out with a.
But no, the skins are pretty neat.
Steven Universe style, right? Is what the starter that one looks like.
Who?
Never mind. I might be wrong. I might be confusing my show, so someone's probably irate right now.
Okay.
But like, there's like the judge, there's the old lady, there's like some pirates. I'm sure is there a luchador in here? I would have to assume there's a luchador somewhere. Yeah, there's a luchador. It's almost like Ricochet from Mucha Lucha. I don't know if you ever watched that. So something to check out. I had a lot more fun than ever. And then that's not like, obviously, we're nobody's. It's not a sponsored ad or anything. Yes. I just thought it was fun. So,
if you're into phone games,
there you go.
Download it. Play.
Much like I was praising Dragon Ball Z last week, and then in typical fashion, I haven't touched it at all this week. I was going to play it this morning because I need to get further along.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Butter Royale showed up, and I was like, well, I'm going to try this. Oh, this was fun.
Yeah.
So I played that instead.
Okay.
So,
I mean, as long as you're enjoying it.
It was definitely a good time. I was very surprised. My expectations for phone games are very low because I'll play Hearthstone on it.
Yeah.
I'll play Brawl Stars. And then I have like a brick breaker game where you shoot the ball and break the bricks. And that's more just for something to do.
Sure.
Because I stopped playing. They have all those games where it's just like a time waster where you click a button and you build resources.
Yes.
I was like, what am I doing? I'd rather.
Sure.
I can waste my time with something else.
Oh, see, and that's what I come down to when I'm playing those games. I'm just like, okay, I'm just done. I could actually be playing like an actual system or playing it on my computer. I don't know. I just for whatever reason, phone games has just never grabbed a hold of me.
I like sitting not at a computer sometimes. I think because I sit like now, I sit at a computer all day for work.
Sure, yeah.
Over at the Renaissance Fair where I help people with their swords and everything.
Yes.
In network blacksmith is important to go to so you don't get charged. But all right, so is there anything else for gaming? Because there's definitely the Hearthstone Battleground updates. Have you played any of it since they've made the changes?
No, I played Tavern Brawl.
Like the
Thursday, I think.
Yeah, they have the single player Galacron League of Evil Explorer single player content week 1.
Okay,
and I played it, and I just played through it to get the cards. Is all it was. Battlegrounds, they took out Sir Finley because his hero power is trash. I don't know how else to. He just wasn't good.
Yeah.
But they put in Tyrion. So Tyrion showed up.
That's
He's got his ability for.
Because I was watching Firebat play it, and Tyrion seems like he's way overpowered.
I think so. Or people haven't figured out the alternate. Does Tyrion free up another strategy? Because everyone right now just wants to slam demons.
Sure.
It went from all I see is Murlocs murgling my face in. And now demons are just pounding my face in.
Yeah.
I had a game it would have been last night. I played where I just threw, I was dancing Daryl.
Okay.
And I didn't even use his ability. I just threw demons down, and I came in first. It was disgusting.
Nice.
It just shouldn't be. Dancing Daryl is surprisingly my second best hero. So that makes me think that maybe I actually have some level of skill with him.
Yeah.
Or I'm absolute garbage with everybody else. I don't know. Because I'm still above 5,000.
Yeah.
But I feel like 5,000 now obviously is not what it was when I initially hit 5,000.
Okay.
I think I need, I think 6,000 is probably...
It's impressive that you're at 5,000 because I'm only at 37.
How much do you play?
Probably not a lot.
Okay. Because I don't know that I play. I obviously don't play like a streamer does, so I'm not expecting myself to have 10,000 or anything. But I play an awful lot when I get home from works most nights.
Okay.
So you got to unwind after being around all the sparks and stuff.
Sure, yeah.
So, all right.
I guess we're done.
We're done with games. Do we want to go to wrestling, or do we want to go to our
Well, let's
TV show this week.
Let's go, since it's a
request,
a viewer request, or listener, I guess.
We're gonna have two things here.
Something that could never ever possibly destroy us. Mr. Stay Puft.
You have chosen wisely.
Yeah, so we had a request. It's a strange request to me for our show. The only thing I can think is from me eating the food. Someone saw my Power Ranger shirt, maybe? And that made them think
well, you have requests because I remember you talking to me once about the Power Rangers.
So maybe that's
the
what
Green
it was.
Ranger's candle. I was fascinated by the whole candle thing.
Yes, that was a very good story. as well.
So Sally Greenpants, I assume that's their real name.
Yeah.
Yes. Sally Greenpants on Bookface
Yes.
asked us to review Mutiny,
Which is season 2.
of Power Rangers, the first incarnation of them, I guess.
For us in
Yeah.
the United States.
Yeah.
But yeah. But since this is request, Dave Bautista will help us out here.
I'm in control here, and you're going to give me what I want. Give me what I want. You know what I want. I've been asking for it, and you're going to give me what I want.
All right. So we might have done, well, I might have done more work on some of the notes and researching stuff. Because it's been a long time since I've watched it.
Okay.
So, as you
So-
can tell
so
from my
you-
show note title, Green Ranger Show. This is why I watch Power Rangers. Because I was
Okay.
probably out of the age demographic.
Yeah.
But, like mentioned on the show, like Spawn. Initially, Spawn, the comic book, he had like the limited power set.
Mm-hmm.
The whole Green Ranger thing, being a bad guy, looking cool because of the shield. Well, most of the time looking cool because of the shield. And then the whole Green Candle story,
Yeah.
like really got me hooked on it. So
Gotcha.
I pretty much, if he wasn't involved in the episode, I had no interest in watching it.
Gotcha.
And once Tommy or Jason David Frank was off the show, I pretty much stopped watching.
Gotcha.
Like, so it was, that character arc is
What?
really the only thing I cared about personally.
Okay, gotcha.
So
Yeah, I mean, like, I didn't hate it, I guess.
right, but you didn't watch Power Rangers.
Yeah.
And it was age inappropriate then. It
So
certainly is.
So I will say this, and I'm gonna infuriate some people. Like Doctor Who, if it's on TV, I will turn. I cannot watch it. I
I've
hate
never
that show.
gotten into it.
So-
I've tried, but
So I won't watch Doctor Who. I just can't watch it. So now if Power Rangers was on, I wouldn't be like, oh my god, this is terrible. I would watch it.
Yeah.
But if someone said, hey, Saul,
do you want this or Shawshank Redemption?
Yeah, so I would just walk away. I mean, I was never be invested into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what is your thought? Because the general arc on this one is going to be where the new bad guy, Lord Zed, shows up.
Yeah.
Which we have to assume that around that era, much like Transformers and G.I. Joes, they brought in some new stuff because they needed some new toys to sell.
That's exactly what they did.
Right. I mean, you have to assume that. Now, there's also that they were getting footage and things like that from Japanese television, and they were kind of making it for us. So there was a limited pool of things to work with. There is actually, I don't know if it's this one. They eventually replaced 3 of the Rangers because their contracts ran out or whatever.
Okay.
And for the final episode or 2 with them, they didn't have any American footage, and they were recycling voice lines from earlier episodes to piece it together.
Oh, okay.
So that is something that goes on. So it also explains, and I'm just going to talk about this at the beginning, the difference in the Green Ranger's gold shield from the more like hard style look to the bizarre quilted blanket gold shield. I don't know if you noticed that.
I did. Yeah.
Because it is painful.
Yes.
Like, holy moly. I understand that back at that point in time, we didn't have 3D printing, and the cosplayers who do the foam stuff are fantastic. None of that was going on at this time, apparently.
Yeah.
Because it seems like they could have spent a little bit of money with what they were making off of action figures to get a shield that didn't suck straight away.
Sure. So this was like what 1994 when this was released. So I mean, you got to take it for what it is,
Right.
I mean, yeah.
Which I'm okay with, but it still just drives me crazy seeing the big puffy shield.
Sure.
It's like, man, it's like when you look at an old picture of yourself and you think, why did I have my hair like that? Or why was I wearing that? What was I doing?
Well, and so Sally Greenpants. I will also have to say that I thought this was going to be an episode. This was like an hour, 45-minute thing?
3 episodes.
Yeah.
So, what's sad, maybe not sad, is as soon as you told me, like the season and the episode and the title, I may or may not have known exactly what you were talking about and remembered it.
You posted a link to it really quick.
Let's not worry about why I'm familiar with that. But no, again, like pretty much anything with the Green Ranger, I'm pretty familiar with, and have like that's something once in a great while I'll go back and maybe watch an episode or two.
Okay.
Because like I have the shirt with the Green Ranger, White Ranger on it. I actually have one of the Green Ranger T-shirts where it's like the shield on it and everything. So that's the one character that I liked.
Sure.
So if I find like a good Green Ranger action figure, I will buy that and add it to the little collection.
Gotcha.
So, but one of the things that I thought, to me, I don't know, what did you think on this? Lord Zed, do you still think he looks like a cool villain?
Yeah, I mean, compared to the other people that he's surrounded by, yes.
See, I thought, like, even by today's standards, like, he could show up in, like, Arrow as a villain. You know, like, something like that. And that suit would hold up pretty good.
Yeah, I think it would.
Until you get to the part where there's duct tape on his staff. But that's later on.
You're not supposed to notice stuff like that.
Well, I mean, they had a limited budget.
Sure.
Once you get to some of the stuff where they're fighting with the Zords, because it's the same thing where they switch stuff up. You will see flashes of like what would be the Megazord when it's supposed to be the current Zords, and they don't have that anymore because they tried to splice it together real quick.
Gotcha. Okay.
But there's still like the silhouette sometimes where you can see it, and you're like, wait a minute, what's going on here? But you don't really pay that close of attention when you're younger.
Yeah.
So it was weird to me. Did you notice, like, because you could tell they're like, splicing stuff together. Like every time Lord Zed had to move at one point, like he was just back in his chair spinning. And I thought that was pretty funny.
I'm like, what? So this dude really loves his chair, I guess.
I mean, it is a sweet chair. How come? And maybe this is a Power Rangers thing, but I told you a little bit about this. There's the Lord Draken, where it's Tommy in the future. Okay. And they did like a live action thing where they actually got Jason David Frank to play this character for like the launch of the comic series for it. But he's sitting in a throne chair, but it's just a big slab of rocks.
Yeah.
If you are a ruler, why do you not have some cushions? Like, do you not want to show weakness so you sit in a stone chair?
Makes you weak.
Like, I can see that. So with Zed showing up, what did you think of him throwing Rita into the little trash can?
I thought that was funny.
Did you like how she was a little action figure when they did it? Like, they were just like, nah, we'll just do this.
So also I noticed, like, Zed gives, I don't know any of the characters' name. Zed gives the gold guy his wings back.
Yeah, they must have disappeared.
Why is his wings gone?
They're just gone.
Oh, okay.
Like, I actually was looking into that because I think because I had a Goldar action figure at one point that had wings, but it was off the original part, and I think it was like storyline wise, and it's probably something that just didn't make it to the United States.
Gotcha.
I think he was stripped of them for failure. Would be my assumption.
Gotcha. Okay.
But yeah, there was like a couple episodes where he had wings, and then just all of a sudden he didn't. Okay. So I don't. I think it was one of those implied things.
Okay.
But never actually hit.
All right.
Let's see here. But yeah, so we get. Yeah, he boots her off. I thought the putties. I couldn't remember exactly how it happened. Yeah. I thought the putties were just going to throw her into space, and I was going to be irritated and be like, "Well, that's not how that would work. Like, they couldn't be that strong." And then when he like zapped it away, I was like, "Okay, that's way better."
Yeah.
So we already talked about the shield. Mm-hmm. Something that'll come up a little bit later is there's also the Black Ranger, where for the U.S., I don't know if you noticed this at all or were aware. So he has like hip hop keto. It's like a fight style.
Yeah.
So sometimes you can tell if you're watching the Black Ranger fight.
Yeah. He'll
have like a very unique fighting style.
Okay.
And that is almost exclusively going to be the U.S. film stuff because they incorporated that.
Yeah.
Like there's a couple times where he starts dancing after defeating people or what, and that, it's a little bit of something for his character. Where if you watch when you're in a gravel quarry, you're probably not going to see that.
Sure.
Because gravel quarry probably wasn't here.
Well, I thought, because I did notice that he was dancing a lot.
Yeah, like during the fights, or like his movements were.
And I just thought it was a '90s thing. Like, So,
Yeah, because he had.
So that was his
that.
fighting style.
Yeah, and there was. Fun fact, kinda. There was a guy on Roman American Gladiators.
Yeah.
There was one of the guys on there who was actually one of the stunt actors for that, who would be like some of the different characters. He said he always preferred to do the fight scenes for the Green Ranger because you were less restricted. Like, you could do more flashy stuff
Gotcha.
with the Green Ranger.
Okay.
So, now whether or not that was true, who knows? But, I mean, it was on American Gladiators. I mean, he dominated Malibu. What more do you want? That's good enough for me. That show was so good.
What?
American Gladiators.
Yeah. It was.
Remember they tried to bring it back, but it just failed?
Yes.
That was unfortunate. So the Dragon Shield, to explain that, what I could find out was it basically got damaged in transport. So that's why it's puffy all of a sudden in some scenes. Or in some places, you'll see him walking with it, and then they cut to him talking, and he's got the big puffy one.
So did they ever replace it? Or did they just like, yeah, we'll just go with this?
I think that was the end of it, because there's Green No More, where basically they have a crystal that they're going to make evil Power Rangers.
Yeah.
And it's siphoning the rest of his power off.
Gotcha.
And
okay.
then that leads to him being done. Like, if he has the green power coin, it's bad news. So he gives it to Jason. So then Jason gets the shield and the Dragon Dagger and, like, uses it once in a while.
Yeah.
There were a few people who had, like, the shield and stuff here and there. Blue Ranger, Black Ranger had it a couple times.
Okay.
But basically, like, he's written out pretty soon after this as the Green Ranger.
Okay.
Because, as you could tell, like, them doing the whole his power failing and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But that's one of the things that made it interesting is there's some consequences to him using his power. Like, he can't just, he has to actually think about it.
Gotcha.
And then still fight immediately that monster and not sit out. But whatever.
Yeah.
So, let's see here. So, we get our fish monster.
Yeah. So, what I don't understand what the fish monster is why does a fish have? Oh, one thing. Why is a piranha in the where's the show based out of?
Angel Grove.
Yeah. why was a piranha this cruiser?
What do you mean?
Anyway.
So here's the real question.
Yes.
If you're watching this show, that's where you're gonna. That's where your line's drawn. Is a piranha.
Okay, man. So let's get rid of the piranha thing. Why does a fish have powers that control metal? Like anything, like
Well, Lord Zed gave him the powers. He had the big staff, and then he zapped the fish, and then it could breathe on land as well.
yeah, it's just I'm like, really a fish? Why does a fish have power over like anything mechanical?
He's given powers.
Why
Why is Baby Yoda able to pick up a Mudhorn?
Sure.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's how it works in Power Ranger land.
Yeah. Okay.
So-
Anyway, yeah.
But yeah, so the fish take we kind of skipped the putties. So the putties are like your cannon fodder.
Yeah.
They give them basically a vest with a target on it that the Rangers don't figure out really as soon as they should.
Yes.
Although I could see where you'd be like, there is no way they would put a super obvious target here. That's probably a trap.
Yes.
Like, I could see that being the mentality.
Sure.
Because I could see, like, Saul, don't hit him in the Z. That's got to be like a trap. It's going to, like, electrocute you or something.
Yeah.
And then you accidentally do it and be like, I can't believe they hit it in plain sight.
Sure.
Bravo. Bravo, bad guys.
And also, too, Skull and
Vulcan Skull?
what were they called?
Vulcan Skull.
Get rid of them. They made me want to just turn the TV off because I don't understand their whole point. I know they're comic relief,
Yes.
but they are bad comic relief.
They actually get, like, one of the better story arcs in the whole thing. Like, at a certain point, they end up, like, going to be, like, police or something along those lines.
Okay.
But they do spend this season trying to find the secret identity of the Power Rangers.
Okay.
Like, they get better, but yeah, it's that, like, I hate this stuff. Like, it's the thing that, like, if you're watching a TV show and, like, you literally do like, the cringe kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, it would cause that for me sometimes because it's like, oh, this is not what I want.
Yeah.
But They get better.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah.
So they become better. In the comics, Volk is like a hero almost. In the Lord Draken story, like he takes out some cannons of all the evil Black Rangers.
All right.
I'm just saying, there's something there.
It would take a lot for me to back these guys because I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you would come around to them, but I did. Like by the time I was done watching it, when Tommy was gone.
Sure.
So they end up, whatever with the putties. The fish guy, Piranha's Head, I think. Is that right? That sounds right.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Fish guy. Sounds good.
He takes over the Zords when they summon them, which I think I have it in the notes, like at the bottom part where I pulled up some notes for this show. But I'm pretty sure that's might be the only time. First time they pulled the Zords out for a normal size monster. Usually, like, when the monster gets bigger.
Yeah.
Like, usually they don't pull out the Zords until the monster's bigger.
Yeah.
Because they have, their rules are basically, you don't escalate the fight.
Yeah, I thought that was funny
escalation.
because the monster would be normal size. There's it just get right away.
Right. Well, they knew the trouble they had from the putties.
Yeah.
They're like, we are about to get wrecked. Let's stop this before it gets bad.
Yeah.
So, what I would like to point out, though, that made me mad is because all the Zords except for the T-Rex get frozen.
Yeah.
And then Tommy summons the Dragon Zord. Now, when Tommy showed up and was evil, the Dragon Zord kicked the crap out of everything.
Yeah.
That just shows being good makes you weak. Because he would have had the Dark Sword. He had a different sword, basically, and the Dragon Dagger, and the Dragon Zord. So he just wrecked shop.
Okay.
Like, if you ever get super bored, watch his origin, like when the Green Ranger first shows up, because he just wrecks people.
Oh, sure. I mean, but
that's,
it's like that.
That's how it works all the time.
It's like that in any TV show, though, or movie. Anytime like a really powerful bad guy becomes good, they're chump now for whatever reason.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Except the Undertaker. He
Sure.
stayed pretty strong after becoming a good guy.
It's true.
He still sat up.
Yeah.
Let's see. So, Evil Dragon Zord. They did. Now, this caught me weird, like rewatching this, knowing what happened in advance. But they reveal to him like the new Zords that they're going to get, but they can't have them until they get the other ones back.
Yes, I thought that was.
And then they destroy,
weird.
they lava the Zords.
Yes.
It seems like you shouldn't have done that reveal until then.
Yes.
Like that was.
Well, I'm just like, well, you have them, so why can't you just use them now?
Right? Yeah, it didn't. What didn't come across to me that it was explained that you actually needed them.
Yeah,
you just needed them to be free of Lord Zed's control.
Well, and then the
which
dragon
was weird to me too. Like I didn't realize they needed. They're converting them. I guess is kind of how they made it sound.
And also, the Dragon Zord is just like. So, does it ever get brought back, or is it just?
No, it's tied to the green.
So it's just.
Ranger
It's just resting in the ocean forever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure it shows up like in the. They did the Super War.
Yeah.
Like all the Rangers show back up, and Tommy shows up as the Green Ranger.
Okay.
That clearly is the best one, even though it makes no lore sense or anything else.
Sure.
They're just like. Nope, Green Ranger, that's what people want, and that's what they gave us.
Okay. Right.
It's kind of like, when WWE used to give you what you wanted.
Yes.
Like, hey, we want this guy to do good. But then they were like, no, you don't want that. We're going to give you this guy, and then we're going to try to get him cheered.
We're going to give you Braun Strowman dancing.
What people want.
Yeah.
The Zord reveal was real strange to me.
Yes, I thought that was weird too.
But as we go on, so like the fight escalates, I just put a little note in here where the Green Candle and Green No More story was good for Tommy. The look of the new Zords, holy moly, how lame were the
only one that was
dragon
cool
was sweet.
Yeah, the
But
dragon.
the other ones were just like hunks of nothing.
So did they have to when they called their Zords? Did they have to use that big mouthful like pterodactyl? Unicorn. I mean, it seems like there was a big mouthful. Did they have to say that every time, or was it just once?
Like if they called them multiple times in the show?
Did they have to use the old name and the new name together to call them, or was it just one time?
I think there were times where they'd shorten it.
Okay.
I believe I'm not going to swear to this one because it's been so long since I know there's times where they already had the Zords. and they're like, they would do like the back to action thing.
Yeah.
Like they would do stuff to hasten it.
Gotcha.
Or they would like kind of cut some of it out, or they would just be like, we got to get back there. Something like that.
Another thing, and this is why my wife doesn't like watching shows with me, because for whatever reason, I
You
noticed
pick
something.
certain things, and
So the pterodactyl flying in midair and it's frozen. It should have like fell to the ground.
that is called magic.
Okay.
Much like Superman is weak to magic, gravity also weak to magic.
Yes. Okay.
I thought that too. Where I was like,
Shouldn't he just fall out of the sky there?
yeah, it was like,
Yeah.
well, maybe they were actually frozen in time.
Okay.
How about that?
All right.
There was a time.
Well, yeah, because that makes more sense because the woolly mammoth is living in ice and it gets frozen by ice. I thought that was going to work.
Temporarily time stopped.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll say.
We'll go with that, yeah.
Or maybe it's like the is it the Harrier jet that could do the hover thing? I'm sure there's other stuff that we don't know about that does that too.
Yeah.
One of the things, because Tommy, because the issues with his power and everything, like the Dragon Zord is tied to him and all that.
Yeah.
So he's just sitting there watching the new Zords fight.
Yeah.
But in the beginning part where the fish is just wrecking him, he's looking at it like Tommy's just like, the new Zords are amazing, but they're like in the middle of like the initial part where he hooked him and just wrecking them.
Yes.
And he's like, these are like. Was that supposed to be sarcasm, or was he just impressed with their resilience?
I don't know.
Because I don't know if you even caught that.
Yeah.
Like the timing, like once they recovered, they could have done that, but it was pretty funny either way.
Yeah.
I would like to complain about the monster had the fish nunchucks,
Okay.
and there was no nunchuck hitting of anything really.
Sure.
And that really let me down. Like,
Okay.
I would have liked. I understand the different like the footage they had to work with and what they were doing.
Yeah.
But I would have liked to see him just wrecking people like Michelangelo.
Sure.
So, and then I have sucks to be Tommy and the Dragon Zord
Yeah.
because it kind of did. Because
Kind of.
I mean, the Dragon Zord's the coolest looking Zord, I would say. I don't know. That's my opinion.
Sure. Yeah.
So again, I'm super biased.
Yeah, I think I sent you a text last night. I was like, well, I guess Tommy just rides the bench now. He just
He's got a couple more fights in him,
Yeah.
but then he goes away.
Okay.
He was actually. Do you remember they had a show called VR Troopers?
I do remember that. Yeah, I never watched it, but I do remember it.
I think he was supposed to go to that, and
Okay.
it might have been like set to be the Tommy show or something. I have no idea.
Okay.
But basically, people loved him, so
Yeah.
he ended up being the White Ranger, and the dude that was going to be the White Ranger, I think, ended up being the dude on what they called VR Troopers. Like there was something,
Gotcha,
something
okay.
weird like that.
Okay.
So when they checked in on, I like that Tommy's devastated that he's on a clock even more than ever now.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Hey, what happened to Rita?" And then they look into her singing 99 Bottles of Slime,
Yeah.
and then just all of a sudden, Zordon starts singing in super creepy Zordon voice and laughing.
Yeah,
Like, that was-
I thought that was weird. The one robot too.
Alpha,
Oh God! Did someone destroy that
he
thing?
gets
Because
killed a lot.
he is terrible. Because yeah.
He looked cool.
Yeah, okay.
Well, it was a super future robot. I don't understand. The true version, it was an old dude with a staff or something like that. There was no Zordon. There was no Alpha. That's all good old USA.
Oh, okay. The original sounds like it would do better than.
All right. So now, so overall though, for what it was,
Yeah.
were you at least entertained?
So for what it was, and like I said, going into it, I had no expectations or anything like that. I was entertained. Like I said, going into especially a Power Rangers, it was made back in 1993.
Right.
You had
It's
to-
probably older than that because the part of the footage is older.
Yeah,
But
so I went into it thinking that, okay, I'm just going to watch like a Godzilla type movie or something like that. So if you have that kind of mindset,
you're good.
Zonk and Bull or Skull or whatever.
Yes, it's all.
Those guys,
Zonk Yes.
those guys, they're a little
hurt.
rough. They were a little rough, but for the most part, yeah, it was all right.
Okay. So I'm not surprised. I'm still a fan of it.
So yeah, I was going to ask you. So did it age well with you?
I'm fine with it because again, to me, it's the Green Ranger show. It's the in-between stuff I can get past being just ridiculous or silly.
Okay.
Like, there's all kinds of things. Like, we're going to go through these notes here in a minute.
Yeah.
And there's a few, like, really weird things in it. But, whatever. Like, the whole arc that the Green Ranger had to become the White Ranger.
Yeah.
Where he got brainwashed, was a bad guy, had to redeem himself. And then they tried to steal his powers. So
Yeah.
then he had to be worried about that. Like, it's a good story arc. Like, same as Vegeta. Like, I'm always going to be a Vegeta fan.
Sure, yeah.
For the exact same reason. Like, any character that goes through, like, that kind of story arc
Yeah.
is always cool. And when they actually, like, he's obviously weaker than when he was evil, but he's still, like, the most standout character.
Yeah.
I thought. And had, like, the cooler equipment. So, yeah, no, I think it held up
Okay.
about as well as you could expect. I mean, there's, like, cartoons that I've watched that it hurt to watch them. Where it's like, man.
Yeah.
Like, anything with the Dinobots
Yeah.
in the original cartoons, the Dinobots do some weird things where they just, like, transport through walls and all kinds of stuff when you're watching it. And it's like, oh, that's not as good as I remember it. But,
Yeah.
I mean, I still like it, but it's like, ooh, this isn't what I remember at all.
Gotcha.
So, but this, I think, holds up better than the cartoons.
Okay.
So-
So, did you want to go over some notes, or did you want to
Yeah.
move on to wrestling?
I got a couple things here.
Okay.
We don't need to hit everything. But one of the things I thought was interesting is for Lord Zed, apparently the voice, like his voice
Yeah.
and the personality and appearance made parents angry. So they actually toned down his evil nature
Okay.
and make him like more lighthearted and humorous.
So basically a
they-
chump.
Right. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, once he gets beat once, they figured out the putties.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if there was ever a time that he actually fought. Like, I don't know if he's like someone who can do combat.
Yeah.
Like, I can't remember. I wanted to look it up, but I didn't. So they switched Rita Repulsa. This is Carla Perez, where makes her first appearance as Rita for original footage. So they were reshooting and stuff, but they always kept her face like a distance or covered by her hands or something like that. Let's see what else we got here. This three-parter was originally titled The Return of Lord Zed, which I don't remember them ever talking about Lord Zed
Okay.
until then. So,
Yeah, because it made it seem like they were living in his fortress.
yeah. Because so this was the first to mix the footages between the two shows. So that's why you don't see Piranha's head with the Thunder Megazord.
Gotcha.
What else do we got? Oh, this was the note on it. This might give a little more than my randomness for Goldar's wings.
Yeah.
Reed apparently did so due to a previous failure, but no exact on-screen episode ever depicted it. He was shown with his wings intact at the beginning of the series premiere, and in the initial ground battle with the Rangers, the wings then disappeared when he grew to giant size, and were not seen again until this episode. So,
Gotcha.
they mentioned
Bulk.
Pudgy Pig.
Bulk and Skull. So
Yes.
that's their names. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Zoink. Zoink would have been stupid name. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Again, I'm glad that's where you draw the line. So this marks the first time the Rangers go directly to the Zords against the monster. I thought that was it. The second time... Okay, and only the second time they were intended to be used against a human-sized enemy, the first being the Green Ranger. So, new intro on this one. There's a whole bunch of other just random stuff where they did that. And, apparently that is the first time ever for Zordon laughing.
Nice.
So there we go. Man, there's all kinds of stuff in here. Yeah, they were morphed with no helmets. They used, like, the green energy effect on Tommy to get his helmet back on.
Okay.
That was, like, the only time it'd be used. And then...
Yeah, I was reading about this, and I guess it's considered the original series like the best episode. I don't know. Do you agree with that?
It would have to be this, maybe.
Yeah.
But I would have to go back and rewatch the Green Ranger stuff
Okay.
to see. But I'm pretty sure when Green Ranger shows up, like I thought that was just crazy.
Okay.
So I'll go back and watch that and give a trip report maybe.
Okay.
And try to figure it out.
All right.
So, all right. Are we ready to go to wrestling?
Yeah. Well, before we go further,
Yes.
this kind of still falls in line of
The TV.
TV stuff. Did you see the new Thundercats trailer?
No.
God.
Do we need to stop and let me see that real fast?
Let's stop it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Covered, and there's so much more.
So we have watched the thing on the YouTube device. Mm-hmm. So, all right. I am a fan of Teen Titans Go.
Yeah.
I think Teen Titans Go is hilarious.
That's fine, yeah.
At no point do I think anyone said this is a spiritual successor to the
Yes.
initial Teen Titans cartoon.
Yes.
So, for
Yeah.
whatever we just watched, now, first you showed me the intro.
Yeah. Of
which-
the original 1987
Well, right,
or
which
whatever.
that song was pretty good
Yeah.
still. Then they redid it, and it looks like they kept the same flavor.
Yeah, in 2011.
Now,
they-
then you showed me the intro without the guy talking, and I just thought, okay, I don't know why you wouldn't just keep using the same song.
Yeah.
But it's like, all right, this has like a Teen Titans Go vibe to me. And then when I see it's Thundercats Roar, like, okay, Teen Titans Go,
Yeah.
Thundercats Roar. All right, they're just doing like a silly version of it. Man, people are going to be mad about this.
Sure.
So at that glance,
yes.
I have no problem with it.
Okay.
Because I love the over-the-top, ridiculous, taken to extreme versions of it.
Which is fine, yeah.
Yeah, like I can separate that from a serious show. I'm also not someone who's ever been sitting here like, I need more Teen Titans or I need more Thundercats in a serious manner.
Well,
like,
and
no desire for that.
And the new Harley Quinn animated show
Mm-hmm.
on the WB app or whatever.
Yeah, the one that's hard to figure out how to give them money.
Yeah, but I mean, it's similar to Teen Titans Go and whatever. It's very comical, but people are really harsh on it. But it was never meant to be a spiritual successor to
right.
Batman.
So then you showed me, I guess, like the head guy on this thing.
Yeah.
Where I just don't believe it's a real video because like he has his hair up in a way with what looked like a rubber band.
Yes.
Which I don't know if you've ever had long hair where you could pull it back at all.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever had long enough hair to
Yeah.
pull back?
Yeah.
Did you ever try a rubber band and then never do it again because all it did is pull your hair out?
Yes.
No normal person purposely uses a rubber band to hold their hair back.
Well, and especially if this is going to be your marketing campaign.
Yeah, like it seems like something that was done to
Yeah.
make the hardcore fan who's angry that they're not getting a serious take on it
Yeah.
more angry because that's funny.
But yeah, for him to say in the actual video, I'm a huge fan, and this is going to be
A spiritual successor.
yeah.
Now, could be proven wrong once we start watching it. But
Well,
'Cause
for
I'm
one
gonna
thing,
watch
for
some
one
of it.
thing, the animation looks terrible. Now the animation's supposed to be like Teen Titans Go, where it's just goofy.
Yeah.
That is fine. But
Right.
if you're trying to sell me, like this guy was trying to sell me, the fight scenes are going to be awesome in it. I'm sorry.
right, yeah, he's created a very hard
Yes.
because they might be as it is now. I could totally see people. I'll probably be more forgiving of it. I'm also convinced that there's no way like that was 100% serious. That had to be like tongue in cheek. Had to be because it comes across to me as like just produced enough
Yeah.
to be like there's no way this is real.
Well, it's gotten 1.1 million views on YouTube.
But
So yeah.
I am so like what would be a good fight scene for this art style? Due to him saying that though, if
Yeah.
that really is genuine,
Yeah.
he has made that bar higher than it would actually be.
Yeah.
Like if he had never said that, you'd be like, okay, that's pretty good. You know, I'm pleased with the fight scene for this.
Yeah.
I'd like a different art style and a different take on it, but I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be like, well, that's not what he promised at all.
Sure.
So him saying anything about the fight scenes other than they're going to do their best to make the fight scenes cool
Yeah.
is probably a bad idea.
Yes.
Unless they just want Twitter and Reddit outrage to get it viral to where people watch it to hate it.
Yeah. So yeah, our listeners, just type in Thundercats Roar, watch
start
the trailer, and just tell us what you think.
Me and my brother were into Thundercats for sure. We liked them. Their logo is still one of the coolest ones.
Agreed.
So, Sword of Omens was cool. I never understood how screaming thunder while swinging it made it grow, but that's magic.
Hey, power of Grayskull.
Yes. Yeah, He-Man had the slime pit toy. That was pretty sweet.
All right, so now we're going to the wrestling, right?
Yes.
I don't know what the hell's going on here, folks. Looks like he's just wearing blue jeans.
This is a revolution.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So, I'm just going to start from AEW on a boat. We have Solid Mox as your number one contender.
Yeah.
Is the end result of
Have
that.
you seen some of the behind-the-scene footage?
Of him singing Sweet Caroline again?
Yeah, anything. He's wearing the pirate eye patch.
Yes.
So, he's going full out with it.
Yeah, that's I'm not surprised.
Yes.
At all. Truth be told.
Yeah.
So, let's see. So we'll go back to the beginning of the show, though, where we get Hangman and Kenny against SCU for the belts.
I was really surprised about this match.
As in the result?
Yes.
Or just...
By the results, yes.
Okay. I mean, what do you think of the match itself? I thought it was...
Yeah,
for a tag match, it was good.
I thought it was good. Yeah.
The crazy slingshot cutter on the outside was like, oh, that would hurt.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I was real surprised that they won. But, I mean, truth be told, and I've got this in the notes here, the tag belts haven't felt like a big deal to me.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's lack of screen time or just they kind of didn't, I don't know. Like they didn't feel like a big deal to me.
Yeah.
Now, the tag division, because it's still the same teams that we started with for the most part.
Yeah.
Like, they haven't broke up the Bucks yet. So there's some sameness with the tag teams. It's the same groups. So, like, the division feels more important to me than the tag belts. So maybe this will help the title.
And I think that's why they did it.
Right,
to,
which is fine. And that's nothing against SCU. I like them a lot. But
I'm
I wasn't like, oh, tag team champs.
I'm impartial. Yeah, it basically, like, oh, yeah, they're awesome. They're tag team.
Yeah. So, again, I don't think that's their fault. I think just that's how things went, and it just didn't work out. Because they got more interesting stuff going on with other groups, and they just weren't part of it. But, I mean, I think they're fine for the initial title holders, but I'm pretty interested with this. Let's see. So they talk with them, like, the whole ending thing. Like, Bucks come out.
Yeah.
Like, did Paige feel like the good guy in that to you?
Yeah.
When he's being portrayed the bad guy?
I think
like,
that it's weird, because I think they're going to, like...
That's the route they're going to go?
I think the elite is going to be... I think they're going to think that they're the good guys, and then Paige is the bad guy. But, yeah, it's the opposite.
Yeah, because, like...
Which is neat. I mean...
They came out kind of overshadowing him, and then... Rightfully, he was kind of irritated by it.
Sure.
But, yeah, it was...
I did like how he told them, he's like, I'm surprised, because at this point...
Later on.
I'm surprised I won it, you guys that win it.
He'd be like, yeah, we beat you guys to it. And then, like, that was the same thing, though, where, like, the Bucks came up and were overshadowing again, so...
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
It felt a little bit like that in some of the previous stuff, but it was like, that could go either way, and Hangman's being a little bit difficult. But this one really felt to me like a tipping point.
I'm going to tell you right now, though, it's going to aggravate me because Kenny Omega does not match Hangman Page
at all.
His outfit or his old gimmick.
What if he gets like?
It's going to bug me.
Kevin Nash chaps, like where it's got the fringe on him, on his tights.
No,
that doesn't do it.
No, it's not.
What do you need? So I'm pretty sure Hangman with the name Hangman Page and cowboy stuff.
Yeah.
Everywhere. He's probably not the one who would change.
Well, give me some matching gear. I mean, I know Kenny Omega has black and white gear because of the Bullet Club stuff.
So you just want him in black and white to match? Is that all it takes?
Black and white. It's something to match it.
Just color scheme?
Do
you need him to have like a cowboy hat? Or come out in a vest? It's like more leather vest?
No, I don't need Kenny Omega to become a cowboy. I just need him to look.
You need a color scheme.
I need a color scheme,
okay.
Yes.
That is fair. Yeah, the tights he's been wearing lately are weird.
Yeah.
Join us on Fashion Review. I still need to make the wrestler fashion bumper because apparently
Man,
Maybe that'll be our wheelhouse for wrestling, is we just critique outfits.
That's what I go with. I just look at their outfits. Yeah.
But no, I mean, you want the team to match up in some capacity. So
I mean, if you're watching a football game, you don't want okay, you don't want like the 49ers coming out wearing some of them wearing gold and
what if Kenny's contribution to this was he didn't match Paige, but he actually tried to match the team they were going against to confuse them.
Yes.
So like if they're if they're against SCU, he'll match like whatever colors they might have. Or if he's against like the Lucha Bros, he comes out with like a mask and everything else, just trying to confuse them and like mess them up on a tag or something. Does that work?
No.
I mean, he'd still be matching something.
Sure, yeah. Right. I don't know.
So they go to, we got Priscilla Kelly's debut against Britt Baker.
She has a neat look.
Priscilla?
Yeah.
Yeah, the bright color on the hair.
Yeah.
Mostly okay match. Yeah. Baker wins with the lockjaw. So
she was trending number one because I was actually following Twitter. She was trending number one.
Well,
probably not the way she wanted to be trending, but
I thought this match was a little bit better. It was still a little bit rough in spots.
Yeah,
but I mean, and I was thinking about this as I was kind of watching it, where we've definitely had like some criticism towards her. Yeah. I don't think that she's bad.
No,
she just needs to get there's just things that are a little bit off where I think she'll be fine long term. But yeah, there's definitely when you're watching it, it still just feels like a timing issue of some kind to me between her and the other wrestlers a lot. I can't figure out what it is. However, so after the match, she is very mean to stupid Tony Schiavone.
Yes,
I'm glad because him and Dean Malenko apparently don't like each other, is what the internet has told me or something.
Yes.
And I'm going to side with Dean Malenko 99 times out of 99.
Yeah.
Not even 99 out of 100. All of them. I still don't like Chris Jericho because he was mean to Dean Malenko.
Yeah.
And you know what? If Tony Schiavone has a problem with Dean Malenko, he's got a problem with me. Some guy that he will never hear from, has no idea who I am.
Yeah.
And could probably literally buy me with his $19 million net worth, supposedly.
I think turning her heel is probably the best way with it. I do like how they just cut her promo off because it's a tape. It's a tape program anyway. Yeah. They're just like, okay, we're going to
yeah, we're done.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's going to continue to be storyline for down the road, that she just goes long-winded promo
and they cut her off. That'd be pretty funny.
Yeah.
I mean, the crowd definitely is pro Tony Schiavone. Yeah. They probably didn't realize that he's a jerk to Dean Malenko. But so we had that. We got Jurassic Express and Inner Circle.
Okay, yeah.
So
that intro was awesome.
For where everybody was singing Jericho.
The fans were all singing. Yeah.
I was listening to that this morning while I was taking a shower because I bought the Judas song finally.
Yeah,
because it is a good song.
It is a good song. Yeah.
I wonder if Jericho's just like, I am a genius sometimes. Like, I've made my own intro song, and it's actually good. Well, it's not quite Shawn Michaels good, but...
You know what? And the funny thing is, I can see Jericho doing that, because I don't know if he's always in his gimmick.
He's always working.
But my God, every time he's in a promo talking about AEW, he's like, just talking about how great he is. And he always I know it sounds egotistical, because it is. And so he plays into it. So.
Yes, I think he does just enough where he is sincere, but he mixes it up well enough.
Yes.
Where it's like, he might really be like that. And you have that seed in the back of your mind, like, he might really be a maniac.
Well, I was telling my sister that, because my sister watched a lot of wrestling with me growing up, and I was like, I would never have guessed that Jericho,
of everyone that you would have been watching,
everyone that I watched back then, would be as big of a star as he is right now. So, I mean...
And is old.
Yeah.
Not that he would have died, but he'd still be wrestling at this age.
Yeah, I mean, he's good.
Like, I know people have lots of criticisms on him for some reason, but I think he's done excellent. So, I mean, not a lot within the match. I'm assuming they're setting up Hager against Luchasaurus.
I guess, yeah.
I feel like shouldn't the payoff somewhere be Dustin and Hager since he broke his arm?
I would assume, yeah.
But maybe they need to establish Hager over somebody to.
Well, and that's the thing about AEW. They have so many storylines going on, and so I mean,
Yeah, you could see them go in different directions with it.
and they do
mean,
that because
They at
of the
least
pay per
capitalize
views.
on them so far.
Yeah, and they do that because the pay per views are like only like 4 a year or whatever.
Yeah.
So
they can do a couple different things, but also Luchasaurus really gives me Power Ranger feel still
Yes.
with his kicks and his gear and everything, especially from
Green.
that. So Marco does like the 450 splash, gets
Yeah.
the real close fall on Jericho. Stuff happens, and then he gets the Judas effect and just dies. Like I don't think he moved ever again. I
yes,
assume they just left him in the ring for the rest of the cruise.
yes,
It would have been funny to have Jericho like miss the Judas effect due to height,
yeah,
but then circle around and like drop lower and hit him. I would have liked that, but
Yeah.
there's really no reason for that. But I would have thought that would have been funny. So I don't know. Do you have any takeaways from that, or
Marco's kind of getting on my nerves a little bit. I think Disney. I don't know if his character is supposed to be annoying
I think so.
because he's really this. I mean, in interviews and everything, he comes across really.
I listened to an interview of his, and it was hard to listen to.
Yeah. I don't know if he's just like really excited because he's at the big time now.
I feel like that's probably some of it.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, he is on a stage or under a microscope, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
That he probably didn't realize.
Sure.
So he's not very. I mean, he's a younger guy, so probably not as well suited to handle it.
Yeah. Well, because
I mean, if all of a sudden that we were getting that kind of attention,
Yeah.
for every little thing you do, like, man, Solomon's wearing a Kansas City Chiefs hat.
Yeah.
Can you believe that? He doesn't even eat barbecue. And then there'd be like a Twitter or a Reddit thread just tearing you apart. You're like, and when he does eat barbecue, he just uses store-bought. He doesn't even make, like...
Well, yeah, because in the promos and everything, you always see like Jungle Boy kind of like smacking him. Kind of like, I don't know if if that's part of the storyline or if like Jungle Boy's actually like, hey, calm down.
Right. And it could be. I mean, he definitely seems high-strung.
Yeah.
You might want to cut down on the Monster or whatever he's drinking,
Something,
maybe.
yes, yeah.
But, I mean, we'll see. Like,
We'll see. Yeah.
there's certain, like, one of my criticisms is, like, if he does a Destroyer, you need him coming off the top rope into it for me to buy that, to get the momentum.
Which, by the way, in this episode, not a lot of Canadian destroyers because the ring is
9 million. I could do with a lot less of those. But, like, some of the stuff he does, like the different types of tornado DDTs where they'll, like, spin him with it to give him extra momentum. Like, that stuff is fine. Or, like, when he jumps up to grab somebody in a side headlock.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of stuff he does that I think fits very well with, like, the smaller size.
Yeah.
And then there's other stuff where I'm like, well, that just doesn't work.
Yeah.
So, all right. So we get to MGF and Joey Janela. Mm-hmm. I don't know what you got. You got Sabian coming out with Penelope.
Making out with
him.
her on the
Yeah, long enough to... I did like Joey's, like, reaction, though, where it was just like, what are you doing? Like, it wasn't even like... It didn't look super bad. It was just like, well, why would you even do that? Which would probably be my reply, like, well, what's this? And then, but the distraction led to the double cross, basically. And,
So the thing I like about this storyline that they're setting up is like it seems like they actually care more about their relationship as far as like showing it in front of him. Like
he does.
It's like, oh, he's jealous, and then Joey's like, no, I'm not. I don't care.
I would prefer if you guys just left me alone. Yeah.
So I kind of, if that's where they're going with the storyline, that's pretty neat because they're almost kind of like, oh, you care about us dating. I don't care.
Like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't need you guys to rub it in my face, but yeah, so something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so MJF and Cody go kind of face to face, and then the Bucks to kind of ruin his night.
Yeah.
By his night, I mean MJF's.
I figured somebody was going to go in and pull, and yeah.
Not let down.
Yeah.
Now, what I would like to see as I continue my fantasy booking of things that you don't really need to do, but you could, is it would be real interesting to me for this whole thing to have Cody actually touch MJF, but in the manner where he gives him such a beating, like where, like probably do like some blood or something for it, like such a beating that it actually flips it where MJF wants to fight him for revenge.
Gotcha.
And Cody doesn't have to do the stipulations anymore.
Okay.
Something along, something like that.
Yeah.
Which I don't think I've ever seen happen.
Yeah.
But, or, does something like some kind of beatdown that's so bad that it flips it. Because I'd still like to see MJF end up the good guy somehow. Like
Okay.
everything he said bad about Cody turns out to be true.
Sure.
And then you're like, oh man, I don't even know who to root for now.
Well, it kind of looks like they're going that way with it because it seems like the Elite it looks like they are kind of like betraying them as the bad guys. Slowly.
Well, yeah, we'll
Slowly,
see.
yeah.
Which is fine. If they are doing that and that's the seeds they're planning to make it happen, then I like.
Long story telling right there.
Right. Well, longer than you prefer, but I'm a patient man.
Yeah.
So then we go to Shivani, that jerk, interviewing the new champs.
Yes.
And again, Paige comes across, like as you mentioned, he comes across as the good guy. A little bit of a barb against the Bucks with, I'm surprised we did it before you guys. And yeah, he just seems like they're jerks to him, like at this point. Now, he set it up that way because he wanted to withdraw from him and they kept inviting him to be part of the group. But now it's totally...
I mean, but the way he did it was like, "Hey, we're cool. I just want to do my own thing," and they just get like, "Oh, come on, like I don't want to hang out with you."
It's a really weird dynamic, in a way. So we'll see how it goes. But then we get Pac and good old John Moxley. That might be the last time I get to use that thing.
Yeah.
So something I noticed during this match, I thought the match was good. Mm-hmm. I think it would have been better in like a normal arena. Like, I don't know why I felt that way.
Okay.
But, I mean, I thought it was a good match. Mm-hmm. Like, everything was good. How did they get the blood on his bandage? Did you notice that?
Yeah.
I didn't. Maybe I missed
maybe a blood capsule in there?
Well, I would assume something like that, but it was just weird. I was like, wait, because he wouldn't have done, like, blading or anything like that for it.
Yeah.
What if he really got stabbed by the spike?
Yes.
And that's what it is. But just like the little bit of blood that was on the bandage made it seem more authentic. Mm-hmm. And then having, like Pac would kick him in the eye or like go for the whatever.
Yeah.
It made sense. So better than...
I thought that Moxley would win this match, but I kind of want Pac to win. Just because I wanted them to kind of like throw a curveball there a little bit. Like, I thought Mox would have won that. But
I thought they might have, like, when he got him in the brutalizer, I thought they might have done, like, a ref stoppage thing. Because, like, he looked limp, basically.
Yeah.
And I was like, are they going to have the ref stop it and maybe continue it?
Yeah.
And, like, basically, like, they have two, like, they have the draw and then they have that, and then somehow Mox gets him to put up the number one contendership.
Yeah.
And went, something like that.
I want my rubber match.
Yeah. One day he will get that.
Yes.
Yeah, and I did like the way they had Kenny talking about that. Like during the interview.
Yeah.
Where he just kept talking about that instead of the tag belts.
Yeah.
And then it was just another little thing that I don't know if that one was little. I think that one was pretty obvious that they were trying to make him a little bit more on the bad guy side.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I was happy with AEW on a boat.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I liked how the other boat pulled up and they were like, our cruise is better than yours or whatever.
Yeah, I saw someone post about this, and I would agree with them, is hopefully the crowd stop using profanity in their chants because it makes the audio awful because they have to censor some of that.
Oh, yeah.
That's why, I don't know if you caught it at the end, there was like, they were dropping profanity in some of the chants. So that's why the audio got super choppy at times.
Gosh. Yeah, well, I did notice that, but I just thought it was his AEW's normal
they have
audio issues.
They have enough issues without that. But yeah, hopefully the crowd will stop that. So a
little WWE action. Yeah. I think I said to you.
So this is what happened before we were starting.
Yeah.
You saw something about the Royal Rumble on YouTube. And you're like, when is that? And then I informed you that it is tomorrow.
Yeah.
So that shows where we are.
It's sad that we actually do a wrestling podcast and I don't even know when the Royal Rumble is.
We don't really focus on WWE, so it's okay. I mean,
it's sad because I really want to, because I think The Fiend and like if the Fiend fought like Matt Hardy, for example. Which, by the way, have you seen Matt Hardy's videos? He is like going like insane with his previous. Yeah, I think that character fighting the Fiend would be cool. The Fiend fighting Braun would be cool because they kind of tease that a little bit.
Yeah,
but WWE doesn't do that. They do weird stuff.
Yeah, that's not what you really want to see.
Yeah,
right. Well, and there's so many alternatives right now because you got like NWA did Hard Times, which I got to figure out a way to watch that. I didn't get to catch it. I haven't read the results. That's why I'm not talking about it.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to actually watch that one as opposed to read the results and then just watch it for the sake of watching it. I'd like to be a little bit surprised. So that's why we're not talking about that one. Mm-hmm. But for the Rumble, I guess we'll do some predictions.
Sure.
All right. Women's Royal Rumble.
Okay.
So I don't know when this thing is from. Let's see if there's a date on this. 12 hours ago.
Yeah. So there you go.
Okay, so this Royal Rumble 2020.
Yeah.
Women's Royal Rumble. Confirmed entrants. Charlotte Flair, Bliss, Cross, Natalya, Sarah Logan, Mandy Rose, Carmella, and Dana Brooke.
Yes.
That's the only people who are confirmed.
Yes.
What? This can't be... This might say 12 hours. There is no way that's it. Because if they're doing a Rumble, even if they only do 20 people...
I believe that.
Really?
I believe... Because I don't think WWE... I mean, they don't give all the information out. So their storytelling, I think, is really bad. So I believe that.
Well, out of the people we know who are going to be in it, who do you think is going to win?
Okay, so here's who I want to win. Bliss.
Right.
Just because I like her facial expressions.
Yes.
She's good on the eyes, too.
Right.
But, I mean, and she's a good wrestler, so I would want Bliss. But
I think she improved a lot. I mean, she's obviously not as good as like Charlotte or Becky, but I think she can do fine on the mic. I've always been a fan of her.
Who I think will win? Lana.
Really?
Yes.
I was going to say Trish would probably win, but who's not even listed here.
Yeah.
So my guess is going to be someone not listed, but I'd have to go with Charlotte. I can't see her.
Then again, this being WWE, I can see, what's his face? Lana's husband.
Rusev?
No, the other guy.
Oh, Bobby. Sorry.
Storyline, draw.
Bobby showing up and helping her win.
Yes.
That'd actually be pretty funny. I have no idea what to expect with this.
Yeah.
Now, the match, well, we'll talk about that as we go down there. So we got The Fiend against Daniel Bryan in a strap match.
Yeah.
I have to assume The Fiend wins.
Yeah.
I don't know how Daniel Bryan wins this. So we'll see what happens. I hope that they do not use the red light. What do you think? Red light?
Oh, they will. Yeah. And you know what? I can see them being a DQ happening,
in the strap match.
Then the fans start chanting AEW again.
This match, like as a match, this should be really good.
It should be really good.
Daniel Bryan's good. Bray Wyatt's good.
Yeah. I would assume the Fiend's going to win this.
Right.
But who knows?
The only thing's going to be like how the match ends. Like, is it going to be just ridiculous, or it'll be fine?
It all depends how.
I think it's all or none. You're going to be like, okay, that's fine, or you're going to be like, are you kidding me?
It all depends on how McMahon's feeling that day, I guess.
I guess so.
Yeah.
So we got the Women's Championship for Raw. Becky against Asuka. I imagine Becky finally wins, but I could see him having Asuka beat her.
I know. Becky's kind of annoying now. I don't know. To me, she's just annoying. I like Asuka.
You know when Daniel Bryan called the fans fickle? He's right. I really don't know who's going to win this one.
Yeah.
Because I could see Becky winning to finally beat Asuka, but I could see Asuka winning to make it when one day they build to it again to finally make it a huge deal for her.
Yeah.
That's the only thing they really have left. It feels like for Becky to make as a big accomplishment.
Yeah.
Is one day finally beating Asuka. Now that she's had the titles and everything else. So if you have Asuka beat her, one, it makes Asuka up a little bit better.
Yeah.
But you set up something for Becky to overcome one day where it's like...
I just like steampunk Becky. more than Stone Cold Becky. I just don't. I just,
I'm okay either way because she's good in the ring.
She is.
So,
yeah.
But yeah, I've changed my mind. I'm going Asuka
Okay.
on the basis to give something Becky to accomplish at some point in time, since she's kind of done it all in a very short time period. So having Asuka is that the hurdle she couldn't, kind of like Dreamer and Raven, something like that. So SmackDown, Bayley and Lacey Evans.
Bayley.
I can't pretend that I care on this one.
I don't think Lacey Evans has developed enough for me to care about her character.
I did like where she pinned Bayley the other week with the woman's right.
Yeah.
Like where it was like Becky ran to the rope, she caught her with the punch, and I like the finish to that. Mm-hmm. Seems weird to not save that for a pay-per-view if you're going to go that route. But yeah, I could see Sasha being involved here. Whatever. I can't pretend. If I compare my excitement for Becky Asuka, which is like way up,
Yeah.
this is way down.
Okay, gotcha.
This is like, not good for me. So Reigns and Corbin in a Falls Count Anywhere match.
I was really surprised it's not dog food.
I was hoping that would be in there.
Yeah.
I really think Corbin's going to win because Falls Count Anywhere, for some dude who has a faction around him,
Yes.
I don't know. That just seems to always favor the bad guys. So
You would think, yes.
I think Corbin actually beats Reigns here.
I mean, because he
He'll be
has
screwy for sure, but I think he's going to
because he has like 6 court jesters, right? And then he actually has a faction of like Rude and
Ziggler. I think
Ziggler,
is with him, kinda.
yeah.
And I mean, Reigns has the Usos, but yeah, I'm just assuming that Corbin ends up winning somehow or something screwy for the finish.
Well, they probably won't be able to make it the pay per view anyway. The Usos. Inside joke there.
The Andrade against Humberto.
Yeah,
I assume Andrade wins.
I don't know who the other guy is, so
I barely know just from reading the results.
Yeah.
He took him out with like a hammerlock DDT on the concrete. So that's like he injured the guy, and then this guy came back and saved Ray from the same fate. So he's trying to get his revenge, but I'm pretty sure there's zero chance of Andrade losing.
has a neat look, so I'm gonna go with him.
Yeah, he's really good too. So we got Sheamus against Shorty G.
I don't know who Shorty G
That
is.
is Chad Gable.
Okay,
So
all right.
he was dubbed that essentially by Baron Corbin, and people just started calling him that. Or it was actually Shorty Gable, and then he shortened it. And he's basically saying, like, so what if I'm short? And he's embracing it.
So the good guy adapted the bad guy's name calling to him.
Yes,
Okay.
I guess.
Okay.
Again, if anyone's following along, we're not super up on WWE.
All right.
So I could be missing a step there.
You know
but
what?
that's
I think it makes it better because if we're just the casual viewers,
Like
this
super-
this
yeah.
would be like what's going on here?
Like, well, I think you would think with Sheamus returning,
Yeah.
he would be the winner. I don't know.
I can see it going either way. To be honest with you,
Yeah, I really don't know.
Yeah.
So at least there's a few matches we don't know what's
I'm
going
going
to
to go with
happen.
the Celtic Warrior though. Sure.
He didn't bring back the old music. He wanted to, but supposedly they wouldn't let him. Intercontinental match, Nakamura and Strowman.
Nakamura.
I'm going to go with Strowman. They give him a belt and something to do.
Sure.
And then he'll hang out with Elias
And start
sing
dancing.
and dance. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
So-
Yeah. We'll give you the Intercontinental Championship, and then we want you to dance next night on Raw.
We'll see. I'd like him to have a belt and see him do something with it.
I like Nakamura. I wish they would do more with him.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, well, they could be, and I'm just missing it. But I know
That's
they have
true.
Sammy with him,
Yeah.
and that seems to be going good, and Cesaro. So you have 3 people who are super awesome, like at wrestling, and I don't know if they've been doing any wrestling.
Sure.
Just truth be told, that dude is super pumped about Walmart.
We're looking at ads, so in case listeners are wondering what
Yeah,
Ross
men's,
is scrolling through.
yes. This is excellent podcasting right
So
here.
the men's Royal Rumble, did we say who would win that?
No, we were saving that for last.
Okay.
Not intentionally, but
Yeah.
that's how it happened. I think Brock just wrecks everybody. I want to see him throw 29 people over
Yeah.
one at a time.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
I'm
And then
thinking.
I want like some small, like Spike Dudley to come back and get F5 from the center of the ring over the top rope. Or Mysterio. You can do that to Mysterio. That's fine.
So I would like Keith Lee to win, just because I like Keith Lee. But I think what's going to happen is, dude,
Yes.
he's going to come in,
Dude, bro.
Dude,
bro, flip flop.
dude, bro. He'll come in, and I think he'll eliminate Brock. I think it would be a really stupid way to do it, but I think that's how they'll do it.
Do you think he does that early on? Or does
Yeah.
he do that at the end?
I think he does it early on because I think Brock wants to just go home. So I think he'll get in the match, and he's like, okay.
So he's first one out and just dumps Brock.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
That would be kind of a letdown. I really want to see Brock just wreck people for a while. Like, first 10 people,
Yeah,
just Brock just dispatches them,
sure. I don't think it'll happen, though.
jumps back and forth, does his little punches.
Yes, I think they'll...
Heyman grabs the mic and just
but
does
because
Heyman
because
things.
it's like 2 minutes for every contestant to come in, right?
I thought they were down to like a minute. But
Okay, either way. That's a lot of Brock jumping back and forth, waiting for someone to come out.
dude, he's getting paid a lot. That's fine.
Yeah.
You gotta, I don't think he's...
I think
I think his contract is on dates, not by hourly. So
it should be.
you have me for 400 minutes.
yes, and you better use those wisely.
And then McMahon, being petty, the last part of the deal, he has him show up for 1 minute
Yeah.
on every episode of everything.
So I think we're done.
Yeah,
nothing else to talk. But to wrap it up, did you watch any of the McGregor or Cowboy fight, or heard about it? Or
I saw a GIF of the entirety of the fight,
yes,
which is the exact reason that it's hard for me to get into UFC, is if there's only one match that I'm watching it for, and it's not like the experience of watching the whole card,
yeah,
the disappointment level could be very high.
sure.
So
Well-
now, if I know like all the people on the card, or there's other matches that I'm excited to see,
Uh-huh.
like you give me a card with like a McGregor fight, a St. Pierre fight, a couple things like that, then that's fine. But if it's just McGregor, and I don't know what else is going on, which at this point in time I have no idea who
Sure.
anybody is,
Yeah.
I'm not going to ever pay for that.
Yeah. I would be disappointed because the only reason why I would watch that would have been McGregor, and for it to fight the last for 40 seconds, I would have been.
Very sad, especially if you paid like $60 or $70 for it.
I think it's more than that, isn't it?
It can be,
Yeah.
but all right.
So Super Bowl. Before we go,
Oh,
what do you think about the
Chiefs and the
Chiefs and the 49ers?
Well, I hate the 49ers as much as I hate Tony Schiavone.
Yeah.
And
More than the Cowboys?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, the 49ers don't like Dean Malenko either, apparently.
Okay.
So
yeah.
they can kick rocks as far as I'm concerned.
There we go.
And yeah, so Chiefs.
Going for Chiefs. Okay.
You know what? If I'm going to choose between a couple things like barbecue or whatever San Francisco offers, I'm going with barbecue.
Okay. All right.
I'm a simple man.
There you go, California listeners. Ross hates
The 49ers.
49ers.
Look, 49ers beat the Bengals,
Yeah.
and they made me cry as a little kid.
Yeah.
And then Leonard Marshall got me revenge, which led to me being a Giants fan.
Yeah.
Now, I will admit that the excitement I had when Joe Montana was injured was that of a child who didn't really understand how severe that kind of an injury was. I would not celebrate that like
Did you?
in the same manner as I would today. I would be worried for his health and his family.
Speaking of Giants, did you listen to Eli Manning's farewell speech?
No, I was
great.
waiting to listen to that with my wife because she said she did not want to listen to it live at work because she would cry.
Oh, it's great.
Does he just go, and then adjust his like tie?
Well, when he goes, he's like, "You got full unadulterated Eli Manning all the time," or something like that. It's weird how he says
It's
it.
him being a weirdo because he is.
It's great.
There was a real funny. This is dragging this on longer, but some like comedian type dude on TikTok or something did NFL player entrances to like the stadium.
Okay.
Where some of them were like the guy who like stands near a star player to try to make it seem like he's important.
Yeah.
But then they had one where it was like, so everything's all different. But then they had like Eli Manning.
Yeah.
And it was just like normal dude walking. And then they did Daniel Jones. And
Yeah.
it was the exact same thing played again because it's, you know, it's what it is. So,
I think we need to end this.
yep. Goose noise.
Goose noise.
There you go.
Have a
Life
great
like
week.
Goose.
Oh, it's great. His speech is
I'll have to listen to it. I'm sure it's. Well, he's a funny guy, but you never got anything out of him. Like, he always said exactly what you're supposed to at press conferences and stuff. Like, the only thing I think he ever freaked out about was when he grabbed, what's this? I always want to call him Ahmed Johnson.